Hi guys, in today's video, I am going to show you the best voice settings of ElevenLabs: Stability, Similarity, and Style Exaggeration, what these do to your voice, and how you should adjust them to get perfect voiceovers, do's and don'ts, everything you need to know. When you generate voiceovers here, these settings control your voice's tone and emotions, so it is very important that you do it correctly. You also need to keep in mind the type of content you are going to use this voice for, because the voice settings will vary depending on the content type. So in today's video, I'm going to guide you through all of this. The very first thing you need to know is how these settings actually affect your AI voice's tone and emotions. The first one is stability. I have already added the script. Let's check how it affects the voice. I have reset the settings. Let's move the slider to more variable and see what it does to our voice.
The truth is, if you are a beginner, both can take time to figure out.
Now let's check it by moving the slider to more stable.
But the truth is, if you are a beginner, both can take time to figure out.
Did you notice the difference? What actually happened here? When we increased the slider, it made the voice consistent but monotone.
But the truth is, if you are a beginner, both can take time to figure out.
And when we decreased it, the voice got emotions.
If you are a beginner, both can take time to figure out.
Here, ElevenLabs has mentioned these details as a note, what it actually does. If you increase it, it makes the voice tone monotone, and if you decrease it, it makes the voice more dynamic. You got the point. Let's check the similarity and see how it affects our AI voices. Let me reset the settings again. Let's move the slider to the lower settings and check what it does.
But the truth is, if you are a beginner, both can take time to figure out.
An increase.
But the truth is, if you are a beginner, both can take time to figure out.
There isn't a big difference, just a very subtle one. Let's read this. It says it targets the AI voice's clarity. Other than that, it doesn't do much. If you cloned your voice, adjust it carefully, because it dictates how the AI will try to mimic the original voice. If you increase the slider, and your original sample had some noise, the AI might add artifacts or background noises while trying to mimic it. So in that case, you can decrease it and adjust it until you get a clearer voice. And about style exaggeration, normally keep it at 0. This affects the stability of the voice. It actually exaggerates the original style. You can keep it at 1 or 2 if you're cloning, but other than that, it's recommended to keep it at 0. Now you've got the idea of how these settings work and all that. The question now is, how should you adjust them according to the type of content to get the perfect voiceovers? Let me show you the ideal settings and how you can use them based on your content type. You'll need to adjust both of these together and check the effect on your voice and then finalize it. I've shown you the basics, so you can do that pretty easily. But for now, I'll show you the ideal settings that you can use in general. Let's say you're creating educational, tech, AI tutorial videos, etc., especially where you need to make viewers to feel like you're actually talking to them. You can adjust both of these low around 42 to 45, stability, 27 to 29, similarity, style exaggeration at 0. This will add all the emotions to your voice that you actually want. Let me show you by playing it.
But the truth is, if you are a beginner, both can take time to figure out.
See the difference? Now let me show you what happens when you set both higher, like how it affects the voice and tone.
But the truth is, if you are a beginner, both can take time to figure out.
It didn't emphasize the words, so these are not recommended. If you use these to generate voices, your video might end up boring, less engaging. These will work in most cases, but if you're making informational videos where the purpose is to just provide the information, the voices don't need to be more dynamic. You can go with the reset settings, slightly tweaking them based on the AI voice you're using, as it changes with that. And also try to use the best AI voice that actually matches with your content type if you want these to work better. Let me know if you'd like me to create a guide video on this. Additionally, I am working on a detailed AI voice guide that will be available very soon, so don't miss it.